What is something people in their 20s might not realize will significantly impact them as they reach their 40s?
Your hearing. Loud noise over time is bad and is not fixable.
52 and permanent hearing loss and tinnitus. I always hear a loud yes.
Yup, got that E too. Mine is a little off tune, not a bad tone in itself. I've learned to live with it, just, a little off. I'm a drummer who was careless in my youth.
Cicadas. You hear them inside and think they are in the trees in the middle of the winter.
The most common word in our house is, huh?
I'm approaching 30, and it's scary how many of my friends already show signs of tinnitus. Wear earplugs to loud events. They even make special ones for concerts so you can hear the music but not the crowd. Edit for those asking for brands, eargasms, or loop experience.
I work at a bar, and I really should get around to buying earplugs.
The amount of bars and restaurants that are dangerously loud is bonkers. Emo earplugs should be supplied by the employer as PPE.
Benefits of fitness. My father started exercising regularly in his 40s. Nothing extreme, just consistent. He is now 87 years old and still in great shape. All of his doctors agree that the reason he is in such good health is because he started exercising regularly. On the flip side, he has had to deal with a lot of losses, including my mother.
My mum, 77, walks K&Ms every day, unless raining, snowing with her sister, and she could probably walk circles around me. She came to France with my husband and I this year, and she never complained about being tired once, and we walked a lot in Paris. I took up biking in 2021, and I'll be out 90 min every morning from April to November, unless raining, too cold, and it made a ton of difference.
I walk a lot. It's something I enjoy and do often. People do not walk enough, and honestly, it's really common to see people who couldn't get through a day at a theme park with how little they walk. That's why so many more people at places like Epcot are renting scooters.
Neglecting physical health and self-care can lead to significant issues later in life.
Teeth especially.
Yeah, I let my teeth go bad when I was in my teens, and now I'm in my 20s regretting that badly.
The character of the person they choose to have a long-term relationship with, or even marry. Single most important decision someone will ever make.
Similarly, when you marry the person, you marry into their family. If they have a terrible person in their family and they do not set boundaries with the asshole, that's a red flag. Family is complicated, but there are lots of stories about horrible in-laws causing divorces.
If they have a terrible person in their family and they do not set boundaries with the asshole, that's a red flag. So important to stress that, because I'm under the feeling many people agreed with your post and even posted under the impression that you got bad parents, relatives, then I'm out. And it ain't like that. It all depends on how your partner positions themselves in situations like this. Hell, I'll say if a partner stands his ground against abusive toxic parents, does his relatives like a boss every single time, that actually shows you found a gem for yourself. A person that is not scared of setting boundaries with anyone is a rare sight. Most people bow down to some certain degree of societal hierarchy.
I wish more people thought this way. So many just settle with the first person who isn't utter shit to them.
Worse is when they settle with people who are actually shit to them but hope they can change, and stay because of some spark they had in the initial phase of the relationship.
Irony that the only way they might change is because someone leaves them, not because someone accepted them.
You are not trapped in your job, career path, hobbies, interests, or friendships. You are young, able to explore and try new things, relatively consequence-free. A lot of people in their 20s don't think about this concept. They just go to school, go to work, then wake up in their 30s or 40s and think, fuck, why am I in this position? Take the time to be cognizant of the path you're on and of what is fulfilling, interesting, and important to you. Of course, being physically and mentally healthy are patterns that are good to ingrain young as well, as others have mentioned. Take responsibility for finding your calling and not settling or being complacent in the first hand you're dealt.
This was 100% me. For all of high school and most of college, I thought I had my whole career path mapped out. Get a degree in political science, go to law school, be a constitutional lawyer, then sky's the limit. I'd wanted that since I was 12. Wasn't until junior year that I started feeling true malaise at that idea, but I thought I was in too deep already and had to tough it out. Took a semester off and stumbled upon a part-time job at an animal ER, and I realized where my true passions lie. Yes, I still got the same bachelor's when I graduated this spring, but I'm taking extra classes, now work as a vet tech at a different hospital, and I'm applying for vet school next year. I don't regret a single choice I made. For the first time in my adult life, I'm actually excited for my future and happy with my present. There's so many different directions I can go, and I intend to embrace that.
When I was 15, Elle spent a month working on an archaeological dig. I was talking to one of the archaeologists one day during our lunch break, and he asked those kinds of getting-to-know-you questions you ask young people. Do you play sports? What's your favorite subject? And I told him, no, I don't play any sports. I do theater, Elle in choir, I play the violin and piano. Elle used to take art classes. And he went, wow, that's amazing. And I said, oh no, but I'm not any good at any of them. And he said something then that I will never forget, and which absolutely blew my mind because no one had ever said anything like it to me before. I don't think being good at things is the point of doing them. I think you've got all these wonderful experiences with different skills, and that all teaches you things and makes you an interesting person, no matter how well you do them. And that honestly changed my life, because I went from a failure, someone who hadn't been talented enough at anything to excel, to someone who did things because I enjoyed them. I had been raised in such an achievement-oriented environment, so inundated with the myth of talent, that I thought it was only worth doing things if you could win at them.
I appreciate this. My interests were varied when I was younger, and my mom would tell me, jack of all trades, but a master of none, and TBH. I prefer the jack of all trades thing. Meeting new people is easier, because I often know at least enough about the other person's interests to hold a conversation and relate.
My 27-year-old ass is just reading these with such a look of dread on my face.
I am 26 and I feel like I FCK'd up. Is it too late to start?
No, start when you can. It's never too late to improve.
Best time to start was 10 years ago. Second best time to start is today.
I think a lot of people in their 20s underestimate how important their health choices are. It's easy to think you're invincible, but those late nights, bad eating habits, and lack of exercise can really catch up to you. Taking care of your body now can make a huge difference in your 40s.
Stop slouching. Trust me.
Won't really matter whether your back is ramrod straight while you sit or if you're slouching. If you stay in the same position for prolonged periods of time, your body will suffer. You should be shifting around regularly, sometimes straighten up, sometimes relax a bit, lean to the sides, play with the leg positioning, just keep surprising your body from time to time.
I've been working on this. People make fun of me, BC. I put the seat back up when I'm driving. My response is, well, I'm driving, not relaxing and watching TV. Another good one is relaxing those shoulders. Stop hunching. This can affect neck, shoulder, and arm tension and pain.
TBH. I don't even know how people drive like that. I don't sit 90-degree up, tilted back a bit so it's comfortable, but when I jump into other people's cars or someone was using mine, it ends up so far tilted that it hurts my back, and trying to reach the steering wheel makes it worse. How they drive like that, I do not know.
Heavy drinking.
Your tolerance continues to increase over time. You get to a point where you can put away toxic levels of booze without blinking an eye. Your liver is incredibly resilient. Until it's not. Then you're fucked.
And no savings.
Should be one of those slogans on 2 panels. If you read it in the correct order, it makes sense. Heavy savings, no drinking.
Heavy savings? No. Drinking.
Having just turned 40, looking after your teeth, looking after your joints, bones, muscles. Make sure you stretch and get injuries sorted when you are younger. Sunscreen. The age you have your children and who you chose to have your children with, because they are forever in your life. Saving money. Spend less on stuff and having the latest things. Your gut health will be absolutely wrecked if you have not taken care of yourself in your 20s.
I am an old person, 60, and agree with all of the above. I would add cultivate good friendships with people of substance. Your 30s and 40s are a time when career, kids, and other things get in the way of hanging out with your friends, and you will lose them unless you pick the right people and forge strong bonds. I didn't do this, picked the wrong people and neglected others, and have virtually no friends left.
Skipping the work needed to sustain relationships. Friends in your 20s come easily. Friends in your 40s and up take the effort of a part-time job.
This is a great one. Growing up, I always thought it was weird that my dad didn't really have any friends. He's a good dude with a sense of humor and an easy laugh, but no friends. I'm 32 now, and I can totally see how easy it is to fall into living life without friends. It's hard to keep in touch when everyone starts moving away, more demanding jobs, long-term partners, kids, etc. On the other hand, my mom is a social butterfly. Both her and my dad moved across country in their 20s, but still my mom always had friends. She was always able to meet and maintain friendships through either kid stuff, church, work, but she values the time with her peers, and it takes the effort of making phone calls, texting, and showing up.
This is the truth. In my 20s, I was making new friends left, right, and center, between college, new jobs, just socializing more in general. Easy peasy. But sustaining those friendships over the years has been a different story. Needs a lot of effort and care on both sides.
Sleep debt.
I owe 6 years already for it.
Stretch. I'm 37 and thank my past self every single day that I took yoga every semester of college.
How did it help?
I've been doing it regularly for the past few years and can say it makes a huge difference my day-to-day soreness and has increased strength levels. I've had multiple surgeries and been in a major car accident. Most people may not think it's strenuous exercise, but some of the poses can be pretty difficult, especially if you do more upbeat sequences and throw bodyweight exercises in as well, such as planks and push-ups. Beyond this, it has helped my mental health as well, helping me feel more grounded and patient in how I engage day-to-day actions.
Mind if a guy in his 50s gets in on this? 1. If you're going to buy someone a gift, an experience is far more memorable than an item. 2. If you have the opportunity to do something out of your comfort zone that doesn't put you in danger, do it. 3. Don't be mad at the younger generations, they are your kids. 4. If you're going to buy a home, buy it as soon as you can. The value will increase immensely in most cases. 5. Prepare for being broke more than once in your life. 6. Take care of your body the best you can. Everything begins to break down. 7. There's a huge difference between love and lust. 8. It costs nothing to be nice to people. It's not always easy to be nice, but man, can it be rewarding to know I did the right thing.
If you're going to buy a home, buy it as soon as you can. The value will increase immensely in most cases. Yeah, I almost bought a house in 2017, but was afraid as I didn't have too much savings yet. Then I got sick. When I got better, there was the COVID period. Then everyone was buying like crazy and house prices shot up. Then in 2023, I finally bought a house. Of course, right after, house prices stagnated and started dropping. And the house needs way more work than I initially thought. Emotional trauma you don't deal with literally turns into physical trauma. Stop clenching your jaw. Get that trauma out of your body. Talk to someone. Your bones will thank you for it. My father doesn't have discs between his backbones because he thought he could tough it out.
The body keeps score.
Please, if anyone else is a stubborn, mentally ill goober like me, pick up this damn book with the same title as this comment. It has been unbelievably helpful in understanding the how and why the physical happens.
I co-sign this 1,000%. Until I read it the first time, and many times since, I was baffled why, 1, a seemingly healthy early teen into mid-30s adult was consistently physically ill, giving myself space to accept that I was not allowing myself to accept that I had been serially abused by a family member over many years, and how that changed the entire trajectory of my life was both completely devastating and freeing. Devastating because I had to face head-on what I already knew, but shoved aside, and freeing because I was able to start the process and work of healing. Even with an amazing therapist, I'm not sure if I'll ever be completely healed. There may always be that voice asking, how different would it all be if it never happened? I have to be okay with that, as long as I'll keep moving forward. I've made tremendous progress from when I started working on myself, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Sorry for the stupid question. Can you tell me what's the book title, please? I can't figure it out.
The Body Keeps the Score by Bessel van der Kolk.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you for watching until the end. I put a lot of effort into each video, and I'd really appreciate it if you could leave a comment about what you liked or didn't like. Your feedback helps me improve. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and stay amazing.